Hey everyone, Dr. Colleen here. This video will be the bicep strengthening and stretching. So we're going to work this whole bicep and then we're going to stretch it out. As I said in the intro, when I work out, I intertwine my stretches right after I do a set. But for this video, I'm going to demonstrate the strengthening first and then the stretching afterwards. Now remember, these videos are really to help you gain the confidence and the form so that when you go out to do your workouts or follow other channels that have amazing programs created for workouts, you will have that walkthrough on what you're doing. Now, I'm going to be using 10 pounds for my biceps. I always recommend, as you're on this journey to find out what is your weight area, that you never go more than 2 pounds difference from the surrounding muscles. So I could definitely go up in my biceps, but my triceps really fatigue out and with the 8-pounders. So it has prevented me from moving up into the 12 or the 14 pounds for my biceps because I want to stay as evenly toned as possible. So that's just how my brain works, and it seems to have worked for my body over this time. So I'm going to use 10 pounds. Now, if you don't have weights at home, you can grab soup cans or water bottles or no weights at all, especially if this is your first time. Also, ankle weights. I use these a lot when I'm doing back strengthening, and I just put them on my wrist. And if you have bands, I guess that's an option as well, but I won't be demonstrating bands in this one. Okay, so we are gonna start. I'm gonna do this on my knees just because of the room and the camera, but you can do this on your knees. You can do it standing in squat stance. You can do it in staggered stance. You can do it seated, absolutely. So there's tons of options, but we're focusing on this muscle. So we want to squeeze this muscle as we're doing the exercise, okay? One of the first things I teach everyone is that when you are doing weights, you want to have dancing fingers. And what I mean by that is when I have the weights in my hand, they should be loose, okay? We're not strangling the weights. They're always loose. So I just kind of tap them every once in a while. Not so loose that you drop them, but loose enough that you're not strangling them. The other thing we want to make sure is that our wrists are not in weird positions, so they're neutral, okay? The other thing you'd want to recall is going to the wall posture video and bring in that muscle memory, because remember, we want to train in good posture so that we have good posture. If we're going to train in this position, guess how I'm going to strengthen my body? So we don't want to do that. So I'm going to come down, grab the weights. Okay, it's always good to get down low and do our proper lifting technique, not bending over at the waist. Okay, so I have my weights in my hands. My shoulders are rolled back. My neck is nice and loose. My belly is engaged. So most of the time I do this in a standing position, and I'm in athletic stance. I like the squat stance the best. So this feels quite similar to that. So shoulders rolled back. I do a basic 2 counts up with a squeeze and 2 counts back down. Okay, so I'm doing the same tempo. Again, this is just strength, endurance training, building and toning the muscles. And how we build it, how we work it, how many sets we do, how much weight we're doing is really what will come in important to you for your goals. So I'm just showing the basic thing. If we were to do a bicep curl, this is what it looks like. Check and see where my elbows are. They are not out here. They are nice and snug next to my body. Check into the shoulders. Did they creep up when you went to do one? We don't want that. We want the shoulders to stay rolled back and away from the ears. 2 counts up, we exhale. And 2 counts down, we inhale. It's a slow on the way up. Exhale. And inhale slow on the way down because we want to strengthen the muscle, both shortening and lengthening, okay? So that was your basic bicep curl. From there, we're gonna go into wide bicep curl. So it's almost the exact same setup. I'm gonna turn my hands out just a little bit. Dancing fingers, soft but straight wrists, shoulders back and down, elbows again, do not leave my side. Inhale, prepare. Exhale. And now I'm coming out at a 45-degree angle. And then we slowly lower down. Inhale, prepare. Exhale. Execute the movement. Inhale. Exhale. Now we're more in a flow. If you want to take a pause in between, inhale. And exhale. That is okay too. And lower down, okay? So again, we're working off what I would have taught my patients who are watching these videos to do the 9 to 15. 15, when you get to 15, your form is still perfect, but you're feeling it. The last 2 or 3 are like, you know you're working your biceps, okay? So again, be patient with yourself as you're learning what weights you're gonna use. So you might go too high, you're gonna feel it. So you'll go down a little bit the next time and then work yourself up to the next weight. Okay, next one is hammer curl. Now I used to have to go down in weight for this. I would go down to the 8 pounds, but after following one of my favorite people who will be tagged down below, I was able to build up the strength and now match the hammer curl. So be patient, maybe you have to go down. Just try to go down just 2 pounds, okay? Inhale, shoulders back, dancing fingers, wrists are like neutral but soft. Inhale, prepare, exhale. Now the weights are beside my body. I'm just going to turn this way so you can see it. So before we were here and here, and now my palms are facing my body and I'm bringing the head of the weight up to my shoulder. Just be careful because sometimes you can get a little too you don't want the momentum, but when you're first trying out new weights, you might tap your shoulder a little bit too much, okay? All right, inhale, exhale, squeeze. Again, watch my elbows. They are not leaving my body. They're staying right next to my body. And squeeze. Just go this way, not quite an angle. Inhale and exhale. Squeeze, and then back to front. Inhale and exhale. And release. Okay, so that's the hammer curl. Now, after all my years of teaching Pilates, I have mastered to breathe doing the belly breath that I shared in the wall posture and I believe in the pelvic tilt videos. So I'm inhaling and I'm expanding, and when I exhale, I'm pulling my belly in towards the spine, up and in towards it, okay? Not doing the pushing out with that breath, okay? So if you want to add in that transverse abdominis strengthening breath, practice that and then try to incorporate it with all the fitness that you do. So gentlemen usually want to do the opposite, which is pushing out because they really want to build out that six-pack. But for us, for the women, and maybe some men don't want to, then we want that leaner look in there. So we want to be practicing that breath. So again, that took me almost a year in the beginning of Pilates to retrain my breath pattern from when I was a physical personal trainer to a Pilates instructor. And now that is just happens to be the way I breathe all the time. Now, okay, so that's a little extra. Okay, the next one's gonna be a cross body curl. So we're gonna get into position, shoulders back and down, dancing fingers, neutral, soft wrists, and I'm just gonna do one at a time. So this is gonna come across and back down. And then this, exhale and inhale. So starting like a hammer curl, but I'm coming across the body and I'm finishing what would be a normal bicep curl look. Okay, I'm gonna just turn to the side. Inhale, exhale, and inhale down. Again, elbows are doing the same thing. They're staying really close to my body and I'm not lifting that shoulder at all. It stays nice and neutral. And then squeeze at the top and then lower down. Inhale, exhale. We'll get into a flow now. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. Let's do one more each side. Inhale, exhale. And last one, inhale, exhale. Great job. Okay, so let's give that a little bit of break. And we're going to go into reverse curls this time. So now we've been holding the weights all in this position or this position, and now we're gonna come in over the top position. And again, this might be one that you have to go down in weights. I'm gonna do unilaterally. I'm gonna do one arm at a time. Okay, and that you can do at any time. So say you're struggling and you wanna move up to the next level of weights, but doing 2 at 10 pounds is too much. You can start by just doing 1 at a time. It is a huge difference than doing the 2 at the same time. So that is another little secret step going into it. Okay, reverse curls. So I'm gonna do 1 at a time, shoulders back and down, soft fingers, dancing fingers, neutral wrists, and we're gonna come up and then down. Inhale, exhale, and lower back down. Inhale, exhale, and lower back down. Inhale, exhale. Now again, just make sure when we're coming up that we are keeping those wrists neutral. So just take a look at it, exhale, and make sure it's holding strong in that neutral position. And last one, inhale, exhale. Oh, I lost my elbow a little bit there, and down. Okay, so you saw that little bit of a form problem there. So I'd have to rethink, do I need to go down 2 pounds for that particular exercise, okay? This last one, I would do this seated. I don't have a stool that just fits it perfectly, so I'm gonna show it to you in the one-legged kneel stance. Okay, so this is concentration curls. Again, when I'm trying to increase the weight, I might take a weight and double it up for this particular one. Not those 2 weights, that's too much, but that's what I'll do. So when you're seated, bring your elbow down, it's resting, the other hand can be here, and the weight starts all the way down at the bottom, so you can't quite see that. Relax that, and again, I don't want it dragging my shoulder down, so I am holding that shoulder nice in that socket. We're gonna inhale, exhale, squeeze up, and then lower it down. Inhale, exhale, and squeeze up, and lower down. Inhale, exhale, lower down, and let's just show it on the other side. Make sure your knees are comfy. Like you can double up mats if you're gonna do your knees, on your knees. All right, shoulder up and down. My belly's engaged, I'm not just letting everything fall. Inhale, exhale, and down. It really has some bad posture in it no matter what to get into this position. Now there are machines at the gym that you can use as well, and I don't have any of that to show you those demonstrations, so there's should always be a weight room supervisor that can walk you through each of the machines. The big thing is if the weight plus the mechanical parts of it, you really want to do that slow all the way down and slow all the way up, so that when you come up to the top, you're not going too far that it clanks, and that'll send a force through your body. And then when you come down, if it clanks as well, it'll send another force through the body. So we don't want on those machines at the gym clanking, 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 clanking. Usually someone will come over and try to give you a hand at that point. It should be fluid, and there should be enough range of motion for you not to have the clanks in between. But if it's too heavy, you might drop it down, and that's not good for our joints. So you want to be able to do the slow and controlled movements and then adjust the weight accordingly. Okay, so that was all the strengthening. We did the regular bicep curl, the wide bicep curl, the hammer curl, the crossbody curl, the reverse curl, and we finished off with the concentration curl, okay? And now we're gonna go into some stretches. So just move these weights out of the way. My favorite go-to stretch, because you don't have to do too much. After I'll do a set, I bring my arms out to the side, my thumbs point down and away. And you'll feel that go up the whole arm. Okay, just bring my arms back just a little bit. And then I usually shake out my hands, because when we start using weights, one of the bonuses is you start to strengthen your grip strength, okay? So there's always the need for a little extra love for the wrists and the hands as we're adding dumbbells into our workout, okay? So stretch number one is arms out, thumbs down, point away, and stretch. Stretch number two, take your hands, also works the shoulders and the chest, intertwine the fingers or lap them, and we pull back. Again, remember, I'm not doing this. I didn't arch anything. This stayed completely neutral, and I just brought that stretch, and now I can feel that one a little bit more further out into that bicep. Okay, stretches we hold for 6 to 8 breaths or 1 minute. And again, when you're super warm, they're happy to be stretched and decrease risk of injury when you're warmed up. Okay, so another one you can do, I don't do this one very often just because I'm usually standing for bicep stuff, but a seated one, feet are flat. Sorry, you can't see my hands. My hands are pointing back towards me, and I'm just gonna drop my glutes towards my heels. And you can feel that stretch again. Nice, also one for the shoulders, and then come on back. So again, my palms are flat and facing away. No, I can't move, so you can see that. All right, and we go down. And release up. Okay, so not too much to do to stretch the biceps. So we did the thumbs down, intertwine, hands, chest opening, and then the seated glute to heels stretch. I hope that was a really good demonstration of the different exercises you can do to start tone and strengthen your biceps, and that'll help build that confidence to get you either to join one of those programs I have below or get you into the gym, or again, like I said, building up a home gym to be able to just do that anytime, anywhere, any weather, any season. All right, I hope you all have an awesome day. Bye.